Welcome back, students, to another lecture. Today, the lecture that we are having is on the topic of habitual past tense. We're going to discuss what habitual past tense is, how we use habitual past tense, and what we need to remember while using habitual past tense. So, habitual past tense is very a very easy topic, and it's usually used in our day-to-day life in communication in English language and in writing as well. So let's move on towards the lecture and see at first what actually habitual past tense is. So habitual past tense is actually a grammatical construction used to describe actions or events that were regularly or habitually performed in the past. Now, in simple terms, habitual past tense is used when you are telling or talking about or writing about something. For instance, it can be an action or an event that was done on a regular interval at in the past, but now it is not being done. All right, so now it has stopped, or you have moved on, and you don't do it, or the event or action that was going on in the past has finished. So, all right, for these kinds of actions and events you use habitual past tense, and the phrase that we are going to use right now to learn this topic is used to. All right, so used to is going to be our main phrase that we are going to learn, and we are going to use it to learn the topic of habitual past tense as well. We will now move towards a couple of examples, and from those examples it will further clarify you about what habitual past tense what I mean by habitual past tense is. Now on the screen, you can see some sentence which we have used habitual past tense. So I will explain a couple of sentences to you, then you can read the following rest of the sentence as well. They are mostly similar sentences and they have a similar sense. You just need to grasp the concept behind what habitual past tense is, and then you can easily start using it. So the first sentence is, I used to play the piano when I was younger. So you can see in this that used to is making a sense about something that was being done in the past. All right, so now he doesn't play the piano anymore, or if he doesn't play it anymore, there has to be a reason. All right, so the reason, whatever it may be, but for us, we know that he was playing piano for a certain time in the past, but now he does not play it. All right, to the next example, we have, she used to live in London before moving to Paris. Right now, this example clearly tells you that she was living in London at a certain time in the past, but now at the present, she is not living in London anymore. She has moved to Paris, so at the present, she is in Paris. So we are using habitual past tense to tell that she used to live in London. Now remember a quick concept over here, that when you're using the phrase used to, you're already using the second form of the verb use, so you don't need to change the main verb's form. So for instance, in the first two examples, you have play and live. You don't need to change them into their ed participle or second form. You don't need to turn play into played or live into lived, because you're already using the second form of use, right? Now, moving on, we have the third example. We used to go camping every summer. Same concept over here. They're talking about something they did in the past. All right. Next we have, they used to have a dog, but now they have a cat. All right. So at a certain time in the past, they had a dog, but now in the present, they have a cat. All right. So whatever the reason, it doesn't affect us, but we just describe something about the past which has now ended. All right, now you can see the all the rest of the examples. My grandparents used to travel to the mountains every winter. Same concept over here. Tom used to work at a bookstore before he started his own business. As a child, I used to spend hours reading comic books. We used to dine out at our favorite restaurant every Friday, right? So all these sentences and examples are of habitual past tense, and you can see the main concept being used over here is that these actions or events were being performed or were being done at a certain time in the past, but now we have no clarification about them. Now they have either finished, or there is some kind of problem that they are not being done. All right, so Obviously, since we're just talking about sentences, it's not full on explanation on why the something ended. So we're not going to learn why it ended. We just learned that it was done in the past and now it's ended. All right. So now moving forward, we have a simple exercise. As you guys can see, there is a fill in the blank exercise for you. You can try to fill it out yourself. Uh, the main concept over here is just to remember that you're going to use the phrase used to, and then you're going to use the first form of the main verb. All right. So in the bracket you have play. I'll do the first one for you. I filling the blank play video games a lot when I was younger. So keeping in mind the concepts, this sentence will become something like I used to play video games when I was a teenager. All right. So that is your first example done for you. So you can use this reference for the rest of the examples and try to do this exercise yourselves, and use see then whether you have done it correct or not. All right, try to do it yourself and good luck.